Oh, this quarantine. Such profound boredom and isolation. What could we possibly do to pass the time? Oh, I have an idea. Let's watch some TikToks. Because if anything's going to increase due to the direct effect, the direct influence of quarantining yourselves and staying inside, it's posting. Oh yeah, statistically, posting is on the rise. Exhibit A, this channel. And before you viewers begin to berate me about creating and releasing this e-girl metal cover thing that I said I was going to do, it's done. I've done it. I don't know when I'm gonna release it, probably this week. I don't know, I do have some brand stuff to do this week, but it's available on Patreon right now. If you want to listen to it right now, it's on Patreon right now. You can go listen to it. By the way, Interview with the Vampire Part 5 has been recorded and is being edited, will be released real soon. But until then, like I said, you can go and check out the e-girl metal cover out right now on Patreon. Patrons always get my songs early, so if you would like to listen to my music before everyone else does, Patreon it is. Placing upon my head the spectral communication device I use to communicate with the shitposters caught in quarantine. Now you see what's funny is this, with this type of, this medium, this communication, this type of content that we're about to digest, is that we're trying to pass the time by watching these TikToks. But we could also learn different ways to pass the time by watching these TikToks. Interesting. I, for one, have been working on a myriad of music projects, but you won't know about those until they're released, and they will be released on Patreon first. So... I mean, alright, can we... I don't know if I'm going to allow myself to laugh during this. This is a Goth reacts, not a try not to laugh, okay? So I can do a little bit of a giggly poo if I feel like I want to. And I want to, so I might. What is this voice? But that is exactly that little bit at the end, right? The whole like, I don't want to go to school. Like, I wish I had an office job that I wasn't doing right now, you know? Because there's something, we always have this feeling, you know, like whenever life gets better, you know, you tend to think about the bad times in like through rose-tinted glasses. Like, oh, do you remember when we had like, when we finally got that 50 quid or that $100 at the end of the month and, you know, we went and got like garlic bread or something. It was such a good feeling. All the while completely forgetting how miserable you were for the entirety of the month up until getting said garlic bread. But yeah, once you're able to get things easier, once life becomes a little bit easier, especially whenever you grow a little bit older, you start to yearn for the small things in life. Here's me, wishing I had an office job I didn't have to go to anymore and was getting paid anyway, while being a paid YouTuber. I am living the dream and wishing I wasn't. Quarantine is a crazy place. The fact that I'm doing my dream job aside, let's talk about the end of that TikTok just for a second. There's that little bit, you know, where it's like, you know, the hand sanitizer companies and the tissue companies like trying to kill the scientist that creates the cure. That's one of the reasons why I don't trust America's healthcare system, because a healthcare system that benefits off of profit doesn't really have your health in their best interest. In fact, the sicker you are, the better the country does. Do not drink the tap water, folks. Just a feeling.
When the coronavirus hasn't affected your life at all because your school and work is at home and all of your friends are online friends and you've been living in isolation for the past 8 years of your life, didn't even notice.
TikTok slapping me on the ass with that relatable content. Hashtag relatable. Yes, I have heard some people, I've seen some people, mainly seen some people because we read our daily intake of information mainly through social media. I have read a lot of people saying that they haven't really had to change a lot. You know, they haven't really had to change much. They only went out on the weekends, they didn't go out every day, or perhaps there was a park that they would go for a walk through. But they don't do that anymore. And these people are claiming that their lives have not changed at all. Oh, honey, my life has not changed a speck. Nothing's changed. I have no friends!
To the person that just commented, you look like the yellow M&M under my last TikTok. This was for you, baby. Come on, man.
Yes. I shouldn't be laughing. Should I be laughing? She made the joke. I wonder what character I look like. People have said Johnny Depp, but I don't see it. That's not me. That's not me being like, oh, I look like Johnny Depp. People said that, sure. No, I mean, like, a lot of comments have said that. I don't think so. Who do I look like? If I looked like a character, if I had character energy, who would it be? Leave a comment. Who do I remind you of?
Watch it.
Well, maybe you should watch where you're going.
How about no?
Damn, I love an assertive woman.
Oh, yeah? How do you like them apples?
I like them a lot. Damn, do you want to have like 9 kids with me or something?
No, I was thinking 8.
No, 9.
8!
9!
8!
Wait, why do you even want 8 kids anyway?
How else they gonna date?
Wait a minute.
I want to keep our bloodline pure.
It appears the quarantine are affecting some of us worse than others. Also, how did you have a meet cute in your own house? Is your house a place of public congregation? I don't think so.
My school is closed.
Same! It's not. I'm nearly 30.
Classes are canceled. We are getting kicked off campus, all because of the coronavirus. And I just want to say thank you, baby. Thank you, baby girl. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I can't remember if this has happened to me specifically. Oh, it did. Yes. Okay, I have 2 stories in that case, because I remembered. So I'll start with my story, real quick, real brief, so we can get back to the tiki-talkies. So the year is 2014, maybe even 2013. So 7 years ago, quite a while now. And I'm watching all the way through Buffy for the first time. Didn't really feel like watching it in my early teens, but, you know, I've just turned 20. I'm maturing. I kind of want to watch the show. So a character gets introduced into the show. I'm not going to use any names now. I was going to, but now I'm not. Altered the story on the fly. Like a professional. A new character gets introduced, and I think, why do they look so familiar? So I get my phone, I type in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, insert the name of the character, and the first thing that comes up, the first thing of the recommended search results that comes up is blah, 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 new character you want to look at, death scene. I'm like, great, now I know that they die. And I was quite fond of the character too. Now I'm remembering the death scene and what happens afterwards and how it happens, and I'm literally traumatized all over again. For those of you who have watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer from start to finish every single season will understand the trauma that that show induces, creates, scars into your very psyche. Seriously, when I was watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I was literally binging it every single day, all day, for about a couple of weeks. It felt like a very long time I was watching that show. I was unemployed. It was the only thing I could do. I pirated the whole thing because I couldn't afford it. And it was the most emotionally scarring experience of my life. In fact, if I think back to some of the episodes, I still get that feeling of existential dread and sadness. Oh, the profound sadness. I'm not going to name any names or say anything specific. But y'all who have seen it will know. Oh, you'll know. Time for the other story. Kaya was playing a video game a couple of years ago, Dying Light even. And there was this character who she really liked. So she Googled their name, and the first thing that came up was blah, 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 the character you really like plus death scene. And it was ruined. Never ever search a character in Google because guaranteed there will be a death scene for them, even if they don't die. What? Please tell me that that is the aesthetic for new Cyberpunk 2077, which I will not be playing because it's first person and I don't like first person games. You can create a character, but you can't see them. Wasted opportunity.
Yeah, man, I love us.
No, don't make me laugh at this crap. Wrath!
Never Have I Ever, Rat Edition. Put a finger down if you've ever... Put a finger down if you've ever... Put a finger finger down if you've ever... Put a finger down if... Put a finger down if you've ever...
Spanish wine. Bought only the fanciest for this lockdown.
Y'all ever be cleaning your room and your mom goes clean your room? Hey Alyssa, you're gonna need to clean your room because it's a mess.
Buddy, what does it look like I'm doing? You think I'll be in the middle of my room standing here?
I mean, quasi-funny TikTok aside, it is in the least bit relatable because I'm a messy or at least I was a messy person. And my dad would always nag at me to clean my room, right? And my room was a complete shit tip for all intents and purposes. And it took me so long because I had so many video games to play. But I finally picked up my clothes, put them away, and just tidied up just a bit, right? I just made it, you know. And then that moment where your dad comes in or your parent comes in and says, you need to clean this. It's like, it was better. It's better than it was. This is as good as it's gonna get.
5 seconds ago. Oh God.
I am not a stalker. 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 I am no creep. I am no creep. I am no creep. I am just addicted to my phone. I am just addicted to my phone.
See, I feel that because, you know, I'm always on my phone. Social media is kind of my job. So I'm always like available. I'm always at the computer or on my phone. And you know, I get a lot of notifications. I get so many notifications, and I really do appreciate it. I really, really do. And I try to reply to as many as I can without disrupting my work or becoming too involved with individuals. But whenever I do get a notification from someone I do want to interact with, or I get a notification about something I want to interact with, then I usually do it pretty fast. And I always check... Should I say this? I always check to see how long it's been sent. If it still says S next to the number as in seconds, I literally wait a bit to give the illusion that I am in fact not doing what I'm doing. There you go. A little bit of an insight into the embarrassment that is my life.
So this dude on Tinder sent me his phone number, right?
Oh, okay, before we continue, I just need to say Tinder, I couldn't possibly imagine. I got into a relationship long before Tinder became a thing. And I've been in a relationship long since Tinder became a very large, very ubiquitous app that is used, you know, for people to hook up, but also meet up and meet new people and form relationships and spread STDs like children. But I could not imagine using Tinder. And I could not imagine using Tinder having the profile I have. Now, I'm not saying I am super, super famous, but what I am saying is that I couldn't possibly imagine putting up my profile onto Tinder and like a fan finding it. That I feel like that would be really awkward. Wouldn't that be awkward? Because it would be like, oh man, I really like your try not to laugh videos. So you DTF or...
Hello, teach me English more. Squirrel. Skirl. No. Squirrel.
That's interesting. And I wonder if he's referencing that. Have you seen the video of Germans trying to say the word squirrel? If you haven't, let's go have a look.
Squirrel. 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 Nice squirrel.
Where was this filmed? Is anyone getting a really weird vibe from the people in this video?
Squirrel. Squirrel. Was squirrel.
A squiddle.
Scraya?
Einmal.
Scraya?
Scraya? You get the idea.
A lot of you guys saw my last two videos where I dyed my hair red. This is my hair without any filter. It is bright. But I wanted to tell you guys something really cool that happened. It went a little like this. Wow, your hair is really red. Ah, yeah, I left the dye on a lot longer than I normally would have to get this color. No, I mean your hair is really, really red. What do you mean? I'm colorblind and I can see your hair. I wanted to cry for 30 minutes straight because I was so happy that I allowed a colorblind person to see the color red today.
Oh, Angel Waters, you got me. You know those videos? There's just those heartwarming videos of people who with color blindness wearing those special glasses and then they can see color and they start crying. Could you imagine dyeing your hair so red that you walk into a room and there happens to be a colorblind person there and they just start bawling? Because your hair is literally a color they've never seen! Directions for this hair dye are leave on for 30 minutes and no longer. Leave on for 35. And people who were previously colorblind will be able to see the color for the first time. Alright, K-pop kids, man. I recently discovered what the hell fan cams are. Man, what a juxtaposition. And there's actually something a friend of mine mentioned, I think. It may have been my friend Scream Kiwi. I think she mentioned it. Because she was like, I just figured out what fan cams were, and I was like, what the hell's a fan cam? And then I googled it, and I figured out what they were. And she was 100% right. You'll have like these K-pop stars, like, dancing and like, I mean, I don't think that's legally dancing, but they'll be doing their thing, the K-pop thing, and then at the top it'd be like, literally just had the worst day of school ever, and I really don't feel like going back, but my dad says I have to, and we can't afford homeschooling, so guess I'll die. And it's just like, when did this become a thing? What a weird, like, that's the end of the sentence. What a weird. Oh, I felt that. Oh, I just felt that all here. Ooh. Well, I think that's enough stress. I think there's enough boredom alleviated from this lockdown for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for your recent engagement on all my previous videos. When I asked you guys to remind me to beg me for the e-girl metal cover, I thought maybe I'd get, you know, like 500 comments, 600 comments. I have 1,100 comments! All saying the same thing, and I keep going to check the comments expecting someone to have, like, you know, like, something to say regarding the video, like, I liked this part, or you should do this next time. But every single comment, all 1,200, it's like 1,200, let me have a look. Just out of interest, just out of morbid curiosity, I just want to see what it's up to now. Damn, boys, video's blown up too. Shit. Yeah. No e-girls were hurt during the making of that, by the way. Yeah. 1,111 comments. All of them were just like, make the fucking song, daddy! I don't think any of them said that. Oh, actually, no. Do you know why? I think maybe they did. So, yes, Daddy went and made the song. Like I said, it's gonna be posted maybe this week, next week, who knows. But it is available up on Patreon right now. If you want to go listen to it, you can just listen to it, download it, do whatever you want with it. Don't share it. But yes, thank you guys so much for using me to alleviate the boredom of your lockdown, of your quarantine. I know that this is unprecedented in the modern age. I know for us, it's, you know, it's very stressful. And for those of you who have anxiety, I can only imagine what that's like to deal with, especially health anxiety, which, you know, I have had before. But you just need to remember to stay inside, distance yourself from people, don't be selfish, and feel like, you know, you somehow deserve to go outside and go to shops and do all these things, and because you're not afraid. Well, this isn't about you, Susan. This is about passing it on to someone who will die. The majority of us are not at risk, but we need to be mindful of those who are. So stay inside, stay safe, wash your damn hands. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I had a great day today because I made it a great day, whether I stayed in or went outside. Not that I ever go outside anyway. All right, goodbye, everyone.